I guess I am live now. And that's a pretty cool thing. Yes, let me just quickly check if I am live or not. Is the stream is live? Let me just quickly check the sound once. One watching. Uh, I hope I am audible now. So currently, three people are watching. I guess two, from which two watching is from my device only. Hmm. So we will be starting in next 5 minutes. So let's start. So tomorrow we have, I think we have done the top few topics, from which few are AWK and SED, which are text manipulated commands, the commands which help to manipulate text. So let's just once open my book and for the next one. Okay, so books are here. Let me just quickly clear this up. So we will be starting that wget thing, I guess. This is the last topic of. Okay, we will be doing Vim today also. Tail command for viewing files. So we have left, I guess we have completed this awk. Okay, so there are additional awk examples built in awk variables. So let's just see it once. Okay, built-in variables fs, ofs, rs, ors, nr, nf, fnr can be set like normal variable. So awk f command, using f command line option, fs command input file name, or awk We will use begin to begin a command. Awkfs is in any single character or regular expression which you want to see as an input field separator. Awkfs can be changed any number of times. It retrains its value until it's explicitly changed. If you want to change the field separator, it's better to change before you read the line. So that change affect the line you read. Okay. So they have created a here's an awkfs example to read etc password file which has colon as field delimiter, sorry. Delimiter, delimiter. Okay. Okay. So we are just getting the file is a it's a dot awk file beginning. Okay. Field. Okay. So fs is I guess field. Okay. Fs is field separator. So field separator, we have specified that the field is separated by colon. So this is acting as a variable. So we will be printing name, tab space, user ID, tab space, group ID, tab space, home directory. Closing the beginning statement, then initiating one more. Okay, so I think it is a awk script. It is awk scripting. So firstly, we have begin the script. Then we have defined a variable called field separator, and in this case, it is a colon. Then in the begin itself, we have given a command that you have to print name. You have to take a tab space, user ID, tab space, group ID, tab space, home directory. In the next command, you have to, okay, so there, I think there exists a file which has, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fields. So out of which we are printing 1, 3, 4, 6. So let me just, I should delete this text also. So there is a file for in this case it is etc password and there are 6 fields. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So field can be anything. For example, there are, let's take an example of student attendance or student mark sheet. So it is a, here it is such as a serial number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here are roll numbers. It is a name field. It can be father's name, uh, attendance percentage and marks percentage. So what in this case what we are doing, it's a password file. So we are accessing 1346. So uh, first field we are accessing, second field we are accessing, first I guess 1346. Okay, so we are not accessing the second field, the first, third, fourth and sixth field. So we are just printing this first field, third field, fourth field and sixth field. So this field will not be visible in our cat thing. So what we are doing, we are ending this with print nr records. Okay, nr, what is nr used for now? They have not specified what is nr. So it is also printing records processed. So awk f. Okay, so awk f, it is file etc password.awk etc password. So why awk f is used here? Let me just quickly see. Awk f help. Cannot open source file, no such file directory. Okay, so let me just do one thing. Awk. Can we man this awk? Yes, we can. So okay, so f is used as a program file. Read the awk program source from the file. Okay, so we do not need to write the script as in the previous session we are writing the scripts on the terminal. Instead, what we can do, we can create a file of .awk. We can write something in that and execute the those awk command on this password file. So we don't have access to this password file, or else I can explain it better. Let me just quickly see if the stream is working all right or not. Stream is working absolutely fine. Let me just do one thing. So let's just continue. So we have understood why we have used this hyphen f extension. We want to execute this script, whatever we have written in on this etc password. So what is this doing? So what first it is printing this name, tab space user, tab space group id, and home directory. Then we are printing the fields of this etc password file. Then we are doing nr. I think nr is used to count the number of records. Okay, so nr is used to 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So nr is used to print the number of records we have in a file. So moving on, we have ofs, ofs example output field separator variable is an output equivalent of awkfs variable. By default, awkofs is a single space character. Following is an awkofs example. So we are again specifying that we are using a awk text manipulator. We are specifying the field is colon, printing the third and fourth. This is third and this is fourth. Okay, so third, fourth in the etc password. Pretty cool. So concatenator in the print statement, this concatenates two parameters with a space, which is the value of awkfs by default. So awkfs value will be inserted between fields in the output as shown below. So what it is doing? They have not specified the output. Okay, so full form is output field separator. So I think we are changing the field separator here. So what we are doing, we are printing the field number 3 and 4, and we are separating them in the output. We are separating them with a new field separator, which is equals to. So we have specified that the new output field separator is equals to. So that is how it is working. So this is a standard way of writing any command: curly braces ending with a colon. So we have written the second command, that is we are printing third and fourth field and etc password. Okay. RS is record separator. It defines a line, awk reads line. Well, by default. Okay, let me just please wait for 2 minutes. Okay, pretty cool. I guess I have seen one thing. There's a reflection of. Okay, not a much problem. Let me just. Okay, so RS is record separator variable. RS defines a line, awk reads line by line default. Let us take students marks sorted in a file. Each records are separated by a double new line. Each fields are separated by a new line character. So we are writing, this is the students marks record. Okay, okay. So I guess this is the roll number and these are the marks. Just a student, each records are separated by a double new line. Okay, so these Okay, so the records are separated by two lines, one and two, and each field are separated by a new line. So there is a one line gap between these two. Hmm. So now the below awk script prints the, so this PDF consists of various kinds of awk scripts that can be used. So now below awk scripts print the student name and roll number from the above input file. So we are catting the student.awk, we are making a awk script. We are specifying that the RS record separator. So record separator is two line gap, two new line gap, and field separator is one line gap. And what we are doing, we are printing the first and the second field. Okay, first and second field. Okay, I got it. So when we do student f student awk.student.txt, so in this case, this is the first field, this is second field, third field, fourth, fifth. So we are accessing only the first and the second field. So the record separator, hmm, okay, in the script student awk, it treats each student details as single record because awk rs has been designed to double new line character, and each line in a record is a fields since fs is a new line character. Okay, so what it is doing, it is when we have specified that record separator is two new line characters, so it is skipping these new line character and directly jumping to other records. So when we want to access, so it did not get confused and directly access the first and the second fields. So okay, and the first and second field, we have used field separator as one line new line character, and the field separator is, this is the first field, second field, third field. The field separator is a one line gap. Okay, awk ors, we have studied ofs, that is output field separator. Now there is ors, output record separator. So how we will be using it, record separator. So in that case, so it is working vertically and the field separator is working, uh, okay, so field separator is working vertically, and this is for, and now in this case, let's see the ofs. So it is working vertically, and this ors is working horizontally. Pretty cool. So we are uh, outputting the, so we are just separating the records with this equals to. Okay, rest all this same. We are printing, so this print column means we want to print all the fields. If we are not specifying any field, it will just print all the records. Hmm. So where was the script? I think this is the script. Okay, so let me just move in this above script. Each record in the file student marks file is delimited by the character, delimited delimited by the character equals to, okay, awk nr. So nr is number of records. So okay, we have already done this, no need to do it again. Nf is number of field in a record. So mm, awknf gives you the total number of fields in a record. Awknf will be very useful for validating whether all the fields are exist in a record. So let us take in the student marks file, test3 score is missing, not for to the student as shown below. Okay. Hmm. These are the I think this is name, this is roll number, and these are the test of three subjects, score of three subject. Following awk script print record line number and the number of fields in that record. So it will be very simple to find out the test 3 score is missing. So what we are doing, we are using awk command, then we are printing the nr, that is number of records, and we are specifying that for nf, number of fields, that they are both separated by this thing. So number of records, I guess this is 1 2 3. Okay, so record number 1, record number 2, 3, 4, 5. And what do we have here? So you can clearly see one thing, that this is the name, this is the roll number, and these are the subjects, these are the marks of the test. So there are three scores, 1, 2, and 3. So in the this case, case number 3, or we should say record number 3 and record number 5, two two test scores are missing. That is, test 3 scores are missing. So if there are, more than 1,000 student, and if we want to see who's I have not entered the marks, of which student I have not entered the marks and I still want to enter, so what we can do, we can use this command and we can know, so that which record has missing test scores. So in this case it is showing that record number 3 has only 4 fields. So out of 4 fields, 2 fields are the number and the roll number, and the rest 3 fields are, total fields are 5. So rest last 3 fields are the test scores. So if this is 4, I think the last will be missing. So it is how this is how it is working. Print file name student marks. It prints the file name, that is student marks, for each record of the input file. Okay, so it is pretty basic. Awk FNR, number of records related to the current input file. So when awk reads from multiple input file, awk nr variable will give the total number of records related to all the input file. Awk fnr will give you the number of records for each input file. So fnr will give you number of records for each input file. Okay. Hmm. I think what it is doing, it is just writing the number of records the file have. So in this example, we have student marks. It has 5 records. So it is just printing the output of that thing. First the file name, then the FNR, that is number of records for each input file. So it is reading line by line, first record, then second record, third, fourth, fifth. So they have also mentioned another text file or some file, a book details, so book 1 2. So this file that we are specifying, it also has 5 records. Instead of awk fnr, if you use awk nr for the book file details, you will get 6 to 10 for each record. Okay. Okay, so let's just move forward. So today we will be doing, how much time I have taken in, decent 20 minutes. So today we will be doing Vim editor navigation fundamentals. So navigation is a vital part of text editing. Okay, so it is a widely used and most coolest type of text editor. Let me just quickly see if there are any comments or watching, or I should just continue. So I should be continuing with my full pace. So hack number 23, Vim editor navigation fundamentals. Navigation is a vital part of text editing. To be very productive, you should be aware of all possible navigation shortcuts in your editor. Okay. So this hack explains the following 8 VI Vim navigation options. Okay. So line navigation, screen navigation, word navigation, special navigation, paragraph navigation, search navigation. We have code navigation and navigation from command line. So do we have to download something or what? Do I have Vim? I have Vim, but can I create a file? I'm not found. I've downloaded the this Vim thing. Let me just do this again. Sudo apt install install Vim 22668 43 MB, no problem. I have Vim, but it is not running, I guess. Okay, so let's just do Vim, create a file. Okay, so are we able to write anything? Can we create a bash file? Let's just try to create a bash file. When bash, and let's just echo something. Echo uh, Apple. Let's just do Control X, enter Y, yes. It's not exiting, I guess. I need to save it. So let's just see how it is working. Then we will be continuing. I think I have to customize this Vim thing, then it will work. Now it is not showing any response. I'm unable to write here. No problem. Let's just move here. So these are Vim hacks. So first we will be doing line navigation. Following are the 4 navigation that can be done line by line. K is to navigate upwards. Okay, so K moving upwards. J to navigate downwards. This is I, or this is the pipe, or H to navigate left side. Okay, so I guess this is L. So K is moving forward, J is moving downwards. Okay, I is moving, L is moving right side, and H is moving left side. Okay, K, J, L, H. Okay, so by using the repeat factor in Vim, we can do this operation for n times. So example, when you want to go down by 10 lines, then type 10J. Okay, so within a line, if you want to navigate to a different position, you have 4 other options. Okay, so if you will give 0, it means it will go to the starting of a line. Okay, so if you are within a line, how you can navigate? So if you do 0, you can do go starting of the current line. Pretty cool. This, I don't know what's this caret. I think this is a caret symbol. So it will go to the non-blank character of the line. Okay, so from where the line is actually starting, so from where the characters are starting, it will go there. Dollar sign, okay, pretty basic, go to the end of the current line. G underscore, go to the last non-blank character of the line. Okay, so last non-blank character. Okay, so when the file is ending, I guess when the line is ending, sorry, when the line is ending, it will go there. So what's the difference between this and this and this and this? We will see it later. Let's just move forward. Screen navigation. Following are the 3 navigation which can be done in the relation to text shown in the screen. So H is go to the first line of the current screen. M go to the middle line of the current screen. Okay, so if there are 7 lines, it will go to the middle line, that is fourth. 1, 2, 3, fourth is a middle line, then 5, 6, 7. Okay, so L, go to the last line of the current screen. Okay, so Control F, jump forward 1 full screen. Control B, jump backward 1 full screen. Control D, jump forward down a half screen. Okay, jump back, jump up a half screen. Okay, special navigation. You may want to do some special navigation inside a file, which are n%, go to the nth percent line of the file. Okay, so we can just specify that we want to go to the 40th percent of the line of the file. Okay, ng, go to the nth line of the file. Okay, so if there are 10 lines, we can just specify, like if you want to go, it is a file of 40 lines. If you want to go at 12th line, we can specify 12G. Okay, so G to go to the end of the file. Okay, so these are, I think, special navigation inside a file. We are just navigating inside a file, not a line. So it's a backstick or upper inverted comma, double inverted comma. Okay, so go to the position where you were in the normal mode while last closing line. So caret symbol, go to the position where you were in insert mode while closing the okay, so we should directly jump to the example, I guess. So let's just see how it is working. So navigation from command line. So vim plus n file name, go to the nth line of the file opening. Okay, it's just one thing. Let me just go to cd workshop work stream. I have some text files created, I guess. Let's go to emp.txt. I want a simple file. cd uh, tmp. Okay, it is. Let's do ls. Go cddir1 ls. Let's just cat the things in this list one. I guess it's, yeah, yes. So let me just edit it with nano first. We will be writing few keywords. Apple. We will should begin from the line one itself, like Kali, Linux. We can take kernel, shell, Mac. So I have taken a few keywords. So let's just count how many lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 lines. So when we do this vim plus n, that is, and specify the file name, so we can, what we can do, go to the nth line of the file after opening it. Okay, so for going to the nth line, we have used ng plus, but it is using plus n. Uh, let's just see how it is working. So we'll do Control X, Y, enter, and modified. Let's just cat what's inside this list one. Okay, so we will be going to the 10th line, but we have only 8 lines. So just we can do, what we can do is vim plus, let's go to second line and specify we are working on list one, hit enter. Okay, so it is okay. So these commands are used to navigate in the command. So navigation from command line. Okay, so when we are normally, let's just, how to exit this vim. I have not worked on vim. Save changes and can use WQ or Z set. Okay, what should I do? Use ZZ? It's not working. The command ZZ is a shortcut for to exit without saving any changes. Use Q. Okay, discard all the. Hmm. I cannot even do previous regular expression. Okay, so I can just navigate. So like from I am pressing J, it is moving downwards. If I am pressing K, it is moving upwards. H to move right, L to move left. Okay, so it is the navigation. So it has not just said anything how to exit this. If we press G, it will go to the beginning of the line. If I press E, go to the end of the current word. Okay, nice. So we are able to use a mouse also, but when we are doing nano, we are not able to use the mouse. But I guess I am not able to use my, yes, now I can use my. So specify by W, Q and hit enter. Ah, not working. Let me just read few more articles. Okay, so I think there are two types of mode. Yes, they have specified that normal mode and insert mode. So it is an insert mode, so we can write anything. But when we press escape, it is normal mode. Okay, when we are typing something, it is typing. But when we are pressing escape, it's not able to write anything. wq. Okay, so I guess I can have understood how to work in this thing. So let me just do this again. List 112. Uh, this will not work. Okay, when I go to the position where you were in normal mode. So how to shift between normal mode and, so I think this is visual mode. Okay, so we can navigate between the file, but we still cannot write here. Okay, we are able to write. It's in insert mode, but when we press escape and escape again, still not in the writing mode. How to switch between these modes? Hit the escape key to enter the normal mode, then you can type this to enter the command line mode. A colon will appear at the bottom of the screen and you can just type. Okay, let me just do this full screen. I have hit escape, still no colon. Okay, the colon has appeared. I have to press colon, and when I do wq I can simply exit. But when I need to edit something, it's just navigating. But when I press escape, it is now also navigating. Okay, now we can write here. I can edit this. So let me just add few more things here. Let's add terminal and uh, yt. If I press escape, I do this and wq. Okay, I can. Okay, so I understood how to do this. Hmm. So let's just move to next example. So vim plus pattern file name, go to the particular patterns line inside the file. First occurrence from the first, in the following example, it will open the readme file and jump to the first occurrence of the word install. So if we do vim and plus, and can we specify any keyword here, apple, and we will check it is if it is case sensitive or not. List 1, hit enter. Please enter or type command to continue. Okay, I have to plus vim plus pattern file name specified this, so it will open the readme file. So this is the file, I guess, but it has not specified. Is my webcam charging or not? Hmm. So what we were doing, we were searching a keyword. Hmm. So code navigation. Okay, so navigation from command line, vim plus pattern file name. Go to the particular patterns line inside the file, first occurrence from first. In this following example, it will open the readme file and jump to the first occurrence of the word install. All right, install there. I've written apple. When I enter, it is asking to please enter or type command to continue. So vim plus this pattern file name, go to the particular patterns line inside the file, first occurrence from the last. In the following example, it will open the readme file and jump to the last occurrence of the word bug. So I guess, hmm, So okay, if we use plus this forward slash, it will move to the first occurrence of this word install. But if we just print question mark, if we will write question mark, it will go to the occurrence of this word. It was occurring the last, first occurrence from the last. Okay, it will check the file from last. Okay, I understood this. So firstly, it's asking me to write the command, but it's not able to identify Apple. Pretty good. Let me just do escape colon wq for exiting and saving. If we do this one more time, this time we will take another example, that is Kali, and do enter. So it is saying it's 11th line, 11L. If we do this thing again, Kali, is it specifying something? No, it's not. So vim plus pattern, so it is the pattern. Okay, go to the particular patterns line inside the file, but it's not going inside the file. It is asking me a command to write, and jump to the first occurrence of, do I have to create a readme file for this or something? Mm. Okay, we will see this vim thing later. You should have a dedicated session because vim is quite widely used now, and I have not used it because I am just stick to this nano thing. But it is a good text editor. Hmm. So they have given limited example, but they have dedicated articles. 12 powerful find and replace example. Yes. So we can do everything from Vim. Correct spelling mistake automatically inside Vim. How to record and play inside the Vim editor. How to add bookmarks. Discuss 8 essential Vim editor navigation fundamentals. Let's just go there. They have not tell the basic of this. How to just. Oh, this is same, I guess. This is the same thing. This is the same article. Vim search and replace. Text substitution inside Vim editor. Okay, so when you see that when I have pressed escape and written colon and wq, it is just exiting. So I think when we write colon, we can execute the commands in the Vim. What to do? So what following are the three possible flags. C is to confirm each substitution, G is to replace all occurrence in the line, I is to ignore the case for the pattern. Okay, so substitute all occurrences of a text with another text in the whole file. This is the basic fundamental uses of the text substitution using vi editor. And you want a specific text to be replaced. %s, I guess this is the syntax. And we are changing old text, new text. It is something similar to sed when we have done sed. So %s specifies all lines. Okay. And G specify all occurrences in the line. Specifying the range as %s means to do substitution to in the entire. Okay, so when we are doing press %s, we are specifying the whole file, specifying all the lines in the whole file, entire file. So G is used to replace all the occurrence or specify all the occurrence. So with the G flag, you can make the whole lines be to be substituted. If the G flag is not used, then only occurrence in the line will only be substituted. So let me just see. Let this escape if I am able to write this command. Let's just see. %s Kali to Arch. Arch is also a Linux distribution, and we will do G when it enter. Okay, so Kali is replaced by Arch. Okay, so this is a good example. Substitution of a text with another. Is the camera angle right? Okay, so moving on. Example, substitution of a text with another text within a single line. When you want to specify a text to be replaced with another text within a single line in case insensitive manners. Okay, I know this will came and I will be used, I guess. Yes, I is using. Insensitive manner specifying no range means do substitution in the current line only with I flag. It's common in all the editors, I guess. SCD and awk also use this I. And also in grep command, we have seen that I is used to uh, use in case insensitive manner. So you can make the substitute search text to be case insensitive. IWEG. What is why is WE used here? I guess there are a lot examples here. I think we have to dedicatedly give Vim another session. I think they have a book of Vim 2, Said and Hawk. Yes, Vim 101 hacks. Get a copy of HTTP. Can I just download the copy? Okay, payment and all, but we will access this for free. Get this 3 ebooks with additional. No. We will not be doing any kind of payment. Okay, we will access it later. We will be having a dedicated session of Vim. I think Vim should not be used. If Vim will be used in future units or future hacks, we will have to shift to a focus to Vim first. So let's just move to next thing after Vim. So I'm saying that we have not even completely just done this SCD and awk, and you cannot just 100% sure that you have completed each and everything. There can be a lot of options and combinations of command which you can use, and this will all come with practice. So sed and awk is also different kind of text manipulators, and they should also be getting dedicated sessions, but we should be not just roam around in this text editor thing, and we should be moving forward because we need to cover up this basic as fast as possible, and we will be moving to our main thing, that is penetration testing and doing real life hackings. So although these things are useful in that on the time when we need to create our own tools or scripts, payloads and etc, but let's just move to ch mode. So ch mode is change mode. This hack explain how to use symbolic representation with ch mode. We have already discussed some of the examples of ch mode. Let me just do one thing, hit escape, and let's just clear this mess. Let's just take a water break first, and then we will be continuing the session. So let's just move forward. We have okay, so we are on change mode command. So following, okay, so I have told this already that U is used for user, G is used for group, and O is for others. So following are the symbolic representation of three different roles. Okay, so following are the symbolic representation of three different permission, that is R, W, X, read, write and execute. So there exist three uh, different positions wholly as in Linux, that is read, write, and execute. I have already explained you that diagram if I have it now, or okay, I don't have it. Let me just create that diagram again. Can I just delete this as whole? Thank you. So we have sudo, user, and group. So three numbers can be assigned. If we are, assigning a permission to a file, then we will use chmod command and space, and we will be specifying a numbers instead of this ugs and read, write, execute rwx. So I have already told that this is the hierarchy 4 to 1, that is read, write, and execute. You're offline, reconnecting. Why am I offline? Is my screen offline too? I am back, I guess. Am I audible or not? Okay, so it is quite good. Okay, so let's just move. So 4 is represented as read, 2 is represented for write, and 1 for execute. If we want to give permission to if I want all the permissions to be given to sudo user, that is the owner. So we will add all this thing 4 to 4 plus 2 plus 1, that is 7. If we want that user can only read and write and do not execute the file, we just give this 2 permission, 4 plus 2, that is 6. And if we want that group can only read it, we can give this 4. But if it is it's kind of file that is very harmful to the system, what we can do, we can just give sudo the command 4 and user the command 4 and group also 4, that you all three cannot execute the command. So this is how chmod works. So let's just move how officially it is working. This is a way of doing things. So add single permission to a file or directory. Let's just do one thing, lsl. So ls is used for listing the files and l for long listing. So here you can see what permission is given to this list. So sudo have the permission to read, write, but do not have the permission to execute. Similarly, user has also the permission to read, write, and the group has only the permission of reading the file. So if we want to change mode of the user, and we are just specifying that the user can execute it, so plus x for execute, and we will give the file name, that is list, and hit enter. So cannot access list, no such file. So it's list1, I guess, list1. uh Exit. So list1. Okay, so I guess let's just do lsl once, and you can see the user has the permission to execute that file, and we have assigned that user has the permission to execute the file list1. And just moving on, add multiple permissions. So multiple permissions can be added by using this comma thing. Let's just wait for 1 minute. Sorry for the disturbance. I guess we are visible and audible. Let me just confirm once. Yes, we are. Okay, so moving forward, So we have seen how we have changed the permission of user that he can also execute, and here we are. X is also written. So what is the difference between these two? So here you can see there is no permission as such for executing, but here is. So let's just change mode of user. If we want to remove any permission, we can do -r and we can specify the file. Just one, hit enter. When we do lsl you can see that the uh, reading permission is I think reading permission is removed. Hmm. Reading permission is removed, I guess. uh, Reading permission is removed. So moving on, if we want to change the permission of a group to that he can also execute, what we can do, we can change the mode. We can specify that we are working with group and add a permission that he can also execute, and specify the file, that is file name, file1, and cannot access file1. Okay, so it is list1, it's not file1, it's list1. So hit enter, do lsl. We can see that this is the user, this is the group, and this is others. So we have removed the permission of read for the user, but we have given the permission of execute to the groups. This is how it works. So change permission to all the roles. So if we want to change the permission to all the roles, we can just specify a for all. So make permission for a file same as another file. So if I want to, if I want that this permission should be applied, we have another file, for example we have list2, and we want that both the files should have the same permission. So what we can do change mode. We can reference that we are referring to this file1, we want this permission of to be applied to file2. Apply permission to all files under directory recursively. So use option R to change the permission recursively. Okay, so R can be used to change the permission of whole directory. If there is a let's take example cd1. If we do ls, this is the directory dir1, so we can recursively change if there existing 5 files, so all the 5 files have same permission. So 755, I have already told you how it is working. So it is read, write, execute for user, and write and execute for the group, and write and execute for others. So change execute permission only on the directories files are not affected. Okay. On a particular directory, if you have multiple subdirectories in file, the following command will assign execute permission only to all the subdirectories in the current directory, not the files in the current directory. Okay, so note if the files has execute permission already for either of the group or the others, the above command will assign the execute permission to the user. Okay, so this is, I guess, change execute permission only on the directories files are not. Okay, so we can, if we are using star and we are just naming one directory, so what we can do, we can just give the permission to directory only, and the files will not be affected. So moving on, we have hack 25 view multiple log files in one terminal. So I think tail will be used. Typically you may open multiple terminals to view tail f of multiple files. For example, if you want to view Apache error log and access log at the same time, you may do the following in the two different terminals. Show tails of each in background, tail f file, and done. Wait until control C, wait. Okay, so now open multiple file using this new shell script as shown below. Where is the shell script? Multi-tail.sh. Error log, access log. We don't currently have any log file. Okay, so they have given a script. They have given a script from which we can copy to our. We can create a shell script. We can copy this content We can, okay, so this is used to open two files. So standard Linux tail command, the latest version of the Unix tail command supports multiple F as shown below. Okay, so this was for the older version when we are not able to open multiple files, but we have in the latest version we can use F with the tail, and we can open uh, two or more files, one or more files. So do we have log files? So let's just see where we can find log files in Linux. We should be having system log files, but we need to find the locations. Where log, okay, so we have to go to where, I think we have to go to the root first. So cd, we will specifying that we are going to root, hit enter, ls, we will be going to where ls, we should have log files, cd log, okay, do ls, so we have log here, log 1, log 2, we have log files of Apache 2. We have not, I have not used Apache server here till, but let's just see if there are. Yes, they have access.log, error.log. Let's just try to open it. Tail, f extension, naming the file, access.log, again f extension, naming the file, error.log, hit enter. So okay, these both files are empty, I guess, so they are not showing anything. Let's just do one thing. If we do control C to exit, we should be going back. Do ls. Let's just view boot log. I think they should be present any content related to boot log. Boot.log. So cannot open boot.log for reading. Okay, so we have to give a sudo permission as we are reading system log files. So f boot.log, we are accessing another file, that is boot.log.1, hit enter. So you can see first they have shown bootlog file contents of, so starting network. So when my system was started, so first the network manager was started, then WPA supplicant service, then cups.service, then system user session service, and a lot more. And we have sep these two files are separated by a single blank line, then boot.log.1, and again the same thing. So this is how you can access two log files at once by using this f extension. So let's just exit it and move forward. So less command, I personally prefer to use less command to view files instead of opening the file to view an editor. Okay, so less is similar to more commands, but less allows both forward and backward movements. Moreover, but less don't require to load the whole file before viewing. So try opening a large log file in Vim editor, and less you will see the speed difference. Okay. So control B for backward one window, control D for forward half window, backward half window for control U. Okay, so they have dedicated, this is also, so they have not given any example, but less is also used. I guess this is also used to navigate between the lines of a file. Although they have not specified any example. Do we have less installed? Okay, so we can use less help, summary of less command marked with this may be preceded by a number n. So they have everything. Okay, so this is a dedicated whole level of text. I should not say text editor, this is a text viewer. So let's just stick to our basic cat command. We will not be doing this less. It is useful in fewer things, but when we can use Vim, when we study Vim in detail, I think we should be not be using this LESS. For me, I have not used LESS before. I have solved many machines, but this command is not useful for me. Although you can read, I will attach this link of less command, but it's not suggested to do. There exist many commands in Linux that are of no use today. Let's just move to wget examples. Hack number 25, wget examples. So wget utility is the best option to download files from internet. So we are moving to internet thing. We have just completed the basic commands and few text editors, text manipulators, and text viewers. So in text manipulators, we have seen awk and sed and the basic text editor such as nano, and the advanced text editor that is more famous nowadays, that is vim. And we have seen this les also, that is text viewer. You cannot directly edit anything. This is only used to view, and this is only used to view the file. You cannot edit anything. So let's just move to wget. It is the most useful command. And when you are doing website footprinting, when you want to investigate something about the website, or you want to hack into a system, or just web when you are doing web pen testing, this is the most useful command for web mirroring. So wget utility is the best option to download the files from the internet. Wget can pretty much handle all complex download situations, including large files download, recursive download, non-interactive download, multiple file downloads. I think I have, yes, I have some of the important extension. I don't think so. I have taken this from the book. This is from an article which I have read about wget example, wget command, and these are the fewer commands that can be used. And I have also used in solving the machines. These are the most common commands, although all the commands are not covered here. But let's just move here. Download single file with wget. The following example downloads a single file from the internet and stores in the current directory. So this is a file. This is downloading something. So while downloading, it will show a progress bar for the following information: percent age of the download completion, total amount of bytes, current download speed, remaining time to download. Okay, so to correct this issue, we can specify the output file name using this. So if you want to, download it in a file, you can specify that you can output that. Okay, I think this is used to show the errors of wget. I think this is there's a page break between them. So we have just skipped one page. So this is how it will be looking. So let's just take an example, random image like car images. Let's just copy this image, not just copy, let's just copy the link of this image, copy image link. We'll go to this, we'll do wget and just control shift V. Okay, nice. Will it work? ls. Okay, oh, I think I have been working in this. Oh, we are working in system files. No problem. Let's just see if it is working or not. Although it has not shown any kind of error. I don't think so. It has downloaded anything. Account alternative btmp. These are all system files. Readme samba switch dispatcher. Was this command working or not? I don't think this was the link for this image. I don't think so. Open link in new tab. Can I get this image? Open image in new tab. Can I download this? Let's just copy. Uh, Clear this up first. We'll be using wget. So I think I have copied the metadata of the file. So do we have to use any extension? No, we don't have to. Hit enter. Permission denied. Okay, so we were working in, okay, so we are working in system directory. Let's just Move to a parent directory first. We cannot mess up with the system. That is why it is showing permission denied. We'll move to temporary folder for now, and we just copy paste this command here and hit enter, redirecting output to wget log. Is it working? It's just to ls. If we are able to get, I think we are not able to access the image, but we have got something like metadata or something. Yes, I guess. So we have understand how to download something from the internet. It is the metadata of that file. It's non-human readable. It's not a human readable text. So moving forward, let me just, okay. So you can see, because this was a very short file, we were not able to see this download progress bar. But when we are downloading a large website, or the mirroring a large website, you will be able to see this download thing and all. So download and store data within a different file name using wget o. So by default, wget will pick the file name from the last word after last forward slash, which may not be appropriate always. Following example, we download and store the file name within this. Okay, so can we use this? Can we use this links? Are these accessible still? It has downloaded something. I don't want to download anything. Mm. Following the example, we download and store the file with name this. Okay. Even though the downloaded file in zip format, it will be stored in a file as shown below. Okay, so I think it is a downloadable link. That is why it has downloaded the .log file. But if we want to correct this issue, we can specify the output file name using this option. So I guess if we want to do with this image, we can do the same with the image too. And I hit enter and copy paste the same command, and just we have to specify a -o, and we'll be storing image. So when we do -o, it's -0 -o. I think it's capital O. We will be doing image.jpeg. We will be saving this as a jpeg file and hit enter. Will it work? Can I open this image.jpeg? In the work folder, we have stream, temp. Okay, so we are able to download this image and it's in a pretty good quality. Okay, so we have seen how this O works. So let me just do one thing. Let me just copy this if so that I can remember how I have used this before. So let's just move forward. Coming tomorrow. Is this a question to be asked on a stream? No, I am not coming tomorrow. So let's just move. Okay, so specify download speed, download rate using wget. Okay, so we can specify that how much download speed. We can limit the download speed if we want to see the errors that are coming while downloading. So while executing the wget, by default it will try to occupy the full possible bandwidth. This might not be acceptable when you are downloading huge files on production servers. So to avoid that, we can limit the download speed using this limit rate as shown below. So if you want to mirror the google.com as whole, you can just restrict the download speed so that you can just mirror the small part of it instead of downloading whole thing. So in this following example, the download speed is limited to 200k, okay, kb. Okay, so they are downloading something. Let me just not copy paste this, it will download something again. So continuing the incomplete download using wget c. So c is used to, let me just read the manual of this wget. And c is used to continue. If there's something, some kind of error, it will skip that file and will directly jump to another file. So where is -c? So this is used as output file, we have seen already. And C. Okay, so C is used to continue. So continue getting a partially downloaded file. This is useful when you want to finish up the download started by a previous instant of wget or by another program, for example this. So if there is a file named this lslrr.z in the current directory, wget will assume that it is the first portion of the remote file. And okay, so if somehow you know there is a error while downloading a file and you want to just continue, you do not want to download all the website again. So let's take an example. You are downloading someone's website or mirroring someone's website and your system got shut down. So download will be stopped in between. So when you switch on your system again, you can just do wget and specify that you want to continue. You will use continue extension, and you will be just give the link again, so it will assume that you want to resume the download. So this is a very helpful when you have initiated a very big file download which got interrupted in the middle. The same thing which I was saying, instead of starting the whole download again, you can just start the download from where it got interrupted using option C. Is there are any live chats? Hmm. Pretty cool. So note, if a download is stopped in the middle, when you restart the download again without the option C, wget will append it with .1 to the file name automatically as a file with previous name already exists. If a file .1 already exists, it will download the file with current .2. Okay. So if you want to download, for example, you are downloading something like, let's take example of a random website. You are just okay, so you are just downloading the official Kali Linux website, you are mirroring the website, and somehow your your network got interrupted, so it will be saved automatically but a partial download. But when you will download the file again, when you will download this or mirroring this website again, and you will not use this -c, so wget, and you are not just specifying that https and kali.org, and you are not specifying that -c, so it will create a new directory known as kali.1. So if kali.1 already exists, it will create kali.2. If kali.2 is already existing, it will create kali.3. So it will be just keep iterating the numbers if you will not mention -c. So it is suggested if the download get interrupted in between, you should use -c. So downloading the background using wget b. For a huge download, put the download in background using wget option B. Okay. Output will be returned to wget log. Okay. It will initiate the download and gives back the shell prompt to you. You can always check the status of download using. Okay, so if you are mirroring very huge website, it is a website around 2 to 3 GB, and you just want to work along in the system while the file is downloading. So what you can do, you can use this -b command. You can specify the link here, and it will create a PID, process ID, with a prompt that is continuing in background. So if the file is, the whole website is mirroring in the background, and output, if there exists any error, if there will come any error, it will be written in a log file, wget log. So later you can if the download get interrupted in between and you want to know the reason why the download failed, so you can just access the wget log file from the tail command, and it will show you while it is not working. So let's just move forward. How long is wget? Wget is quite long and it is quite useful in web penetration testing. So mask user agent and display wget like browser using, it's still not able to get here. where I was. Uh, no problem. I will just explain this separately. So mark user agent and display wget like browser using wget user agent. Some website can disallow you to download its page by identifying that user agent is not a browser. So you can mask the user agent by using user agent options and show wget like a browser as shown below. So okay, if some website has a restriction that you cannot just mirror the website, so you can behave as a user agent. So in user agent, you can specify the browser name that it is Mozilla Firefox 5.0. You can, I think you can check the, if you want, you can check the version here. We have Firefox version. So you can just copy paste this here where were we uh, wget be in the background. So in the user agent, you can just specify this thing. So test download use URL using wget spider. When you are going to schedule download, you should check whether download will happen fine or not at scheduled time. So to do so, copy the line exactly from the schedule and then add spider option to check. Okay, if the URL given is correct, it will say spider mode enabled. Okay, let me just check this wget. uh, let's just create a user directory instead dir4. I think it is empty, yes. So we will be using wget. We will specify spider and we will be, let's just take an example in the download URL. uh, we have a vulnerhub.com. We can use that for testing purpose, vulnerhub.com. No, this is not the website. It's php vulnerhub. Testphp.vulnerhub.com. So this is a very buggy website. You can just perform attacks and nothing will happen because it is a testing website. So let's just copy this, and as it is not secure, it has a protocol. I think it is a HTTP protocol. HTTP and just Control Shift V. Okay, so it has already taken HTTP. We do this. So remote file exists and could not contain further links, but recursion is disabled. So let's do one thing for recursion. I guess page equities, adjust extension, convert links, mirror. Okay, so spider mode is enabled. Okay, so they are prompting us that spider mode is enabled. Check if remote files exist. So we do ls. So I should do one thing. So it is throwing that HTTP request sent awaiting response 200. Okay, length unspecified. Okay, so we can do one thing. We do spider and make downloadable links. We will mirror this. We will not be wanting any. We will be, I think we will get all the page requisites, and if we want to run it recursively, can we use R? Let me just check it once. -R project reject list for -small r. Let me just do one thing. Let me just read the manual of wget once. Wget and -small r we are specifying. So it has wait for okay, ndx hp header max u body data https no check random files for ftp options. We need http options. So it's a quite large manual of this. command, but we are still not able to access. I think it is also uh, prompting us to that recursion is disabled. So what, the recursion is disabled. Okay, could not contain further links. Let's just do ls. Are we able to get that? Let's just do one thing, wget. We are mirroring this file and we will do spider. Do the book have also the same output? Yes. Remote file exists could not contain further ring, but the recursion is disabled. This ensures that the downloading will get success at the scheduled time, but when you have had given a wrong URL, you will get the following error. Okay, so this is used when you want to, download at a particular time. You want to schedule the download. So I think we are through. The spider mode is enabled, so we can use this. We are not currently mirroring the website because it is a large website, around 4 to 5 GB. So we should not use the M thing. We will be using all these command while solving the machine, so you will get along with it. So you just need to know the basics only. You can use the spider option under the following scenarios. Check before scheduling a download. Okay. Monitoring whether a website is available or not at a certain intervals. Okay. Check a list of pages from your bookmark. Find out which pages are still exist. Okay. So increase total number of retry attempts using wget tries. If the internet connection has a problem and if the download file is large, there is a chance of failure in the download. By default, wget retries 20 times to make the download successful. Is it, camera is too close to me? Nice. Perfectly fine. The internet connection has a problem, and if the download file is large, there's a chance. Okay, so we can use tries. Okay, so we can specify how much tries. We by default wget tries 20 times. Okay, so default is 20 to make successful download, but we can also specify that you can try 75 times. Okay, download multiple files urls using wget I. So cat download. Okay, so if you want to, you have a list of downloads. So for example, if you are making a something presentation or something, and if you have all the links of the, you have all the links of the images, so you can, what you can do, you can just cat uh, all the links in this file, and you can use hyphen I. This time it is not used for case sensitivity, but in wget, hyphen I is used to download all the links from a particular file. So, okay, download a full website using wget mirror. This is what I was talking. This this is highly used in web app penetration testing, and this is much important. So following is the command line which you want to execute when you want to download a full website and made available for local viewing. So sometimes the scenario when you are, for example, you are, just doing a forensic work and you just want to monitor a website, you just want to see how you can hack the website without the, knowing of the owner or the, so you cannot got caught while hacking a website. So what you can do, you can just mirror the website, store the whole website in your local storage, and you can just review the source codes if available. And for reviewing the source code and finding the vulnerabilities, you can use burp suite. And there are other tools also we will be discussing, but this is the, first initial step for when you, even when you want to hack the website without the, without your, without leaving any trace. So you can use wget mirror to download the, download the whole source code of the website on your local storage, and you can go offline. You are untrackable now. You can still trackable, but you are, the chances are less, and you can just review the website offline. So wget mirror. Okay, you can use hyphen m. I think p is used for page requisites. So in some scenarios, uh, the in source code, if in the website, let's take an example of website. mm, let's take example of this website. So there exists a source code between this working of the page. If we do inspect, so this is not a source code, but this is you can get a rough idea of it. So this can happen that the this image, the link of this image is inserted here. So this link is external, it is a third party link. So when you do -p, it will also download all the links and repositories or directories that are dependent on the third party. If you will not use, it will just download the basic structure of website without the images and all the links, external links that are dependent on the third party. So this is how it works. So convert links, okay, convert links is, I think it is k hyphen k. So it make links in downloaded html or css point to local files. Okay, so it will just download local files with extensions. Okay, so for it will not download with extensions. It is making sure that html css files are also downloaded. For for having a proper extensions of the file, you should use this -e for adjusting extension. You can use this also, but in short form you can use these tags also. So let's just move forward. Okay, what it is doing now, local dir website url. Okay, so it is storing in this thing and just specifying the, okay, so p, capital P is used to save all the files and directory to a specified. Okay, so if you want to specify a directory, so let me just explain this again. You are using wget command, you want to mirror this website, you want that all the page requisites also download, and you want that it should store in a particular directory. You can just give any directory here. Let's give directory 4 here. It will not take directory 4. Let's just do one thing, dir, or it will not work like that. Let's give absolute path, desktop, work, we have stream, then okay, this is stream. I've written wrong spelling, I guess. Stream. So this is, I have specified that you have to download the local copy of that website in this folder, and we will be giving, after giving a space, we will be giving our http or https url. I am just taking an example that this is the url. So this is how it work. You can also do one thing, you can do wget and just use extensions directly without hyphens. So first extension should be specified by a hyphen, then p, capital P, and for making proper extensions, you can use capital E. For making http, html and css file, you can use k. You can use ample for recursive download. If you don't want any kind of errors, it will use r, and so on. You can use extensions just like that. So let's move forward. So I think you have to just use this -p when you are with extension. You are specifying some another command, you should use it alone, not in the group. So reject certain file types while downloading. Okay, so if you are downloading a file and you just don't want any kind of video things, so let's take an example. There is a video streaming kind of like platform like youtube.com, and you just want to see the structure of file, you don't want to download the video, so you can reject gif. So there is one more command, that is wget, and you can command it how to work, that is execute. If you do this execute, so whatever command you are just specifying here, it will work on that. So let me just explain one more concept here. Let me just delete all this. So there is a website. So every website has different kind of, so first page is obviously index.html, and we have the styling the website, we have css, we have js website. So we are taking just a simple example, html, css, js website. So in this there exists a robots.txt file. So what does this do? So there are many directories in the file. For example, there are 100 kind of JS files for the working of a website. There are styling files, and there exists a admin portal in between them. And you don't want that when someone is scrolling through your website or just wget or mirroring your websites. So the admin of that website do not want that the person who is just mirroring or downloading the website can access the following file. I should say. So there exists a, for example, there is a portal known as admin.js or admin.html. So you don't want, as a owner of the website, you don't want that the normal people should have access to this. So what you do, you make a website called robots.txt, and you just add this here and specify this to off. Or I cannot get what you actually do. Let's just see how this robots.txt look. If we have example of, okay, so this is the thing. So the user here do not, the owner of the website do not want that you can access this. I cannot even download that. You can not access this directory of the website. So what you do, you disallow. So you just add all this in the robots.txt. So as a hacker, you want to exploit this. So what you can do, so you can just execute do robots, and you just tell him you should get off. And simple, you can easily hack the website. You can not easily hack the website, but you are just not allowing that robots.txt to guide us while mirroring the website. So what does mirroring a website, what is the meaning of mirroring a website? When you are mirroring a website, you are just leaving a crawlers that download all the contents of the file. So what does crawler do? Crawler just uh, take instructions from robots.txt, that this like for example, uh, these are all disallow. So let's take this. So this is so what will crawler do? Crawler will go here. He will see that this directory can be accessible as it is written allow. This directory cannot be accessible as it is written disallow. So what will crawler do? It will listen to this and only download the and only access this allow things. So if we, as a hacker, what we do, we will execute that robots should be off. You should not listen to the robots.txt, and the crawler should be moving independently without without just seeing any permissions, or they will just get crack all the permissions in the website and just will not listen to this robots.txt. So moving forward, this is okay. So this is the same working. You just don't want to download this gif thing, so you can just reject. If this is a you don't want to download any mp4 file, you can just specify mp4 img, sorry, not img, jpg, png, jpg, pdfs, any kind of file extension. So log message to a log file instead of stder using wget. When you want the log to be redirected to a log file instead of terminal, what you do, okay, so you want log files are basically the the process that is this step-by-step process how the workflow is done. So when you are using wget, the request will be go there, request will be going there, you will download the file, so it will show each and every step execution. If it is if the steps the commands executed are working properly, if there is any error. So if you want to see if there is any error in the wget, you can access download.log. I've just seen the time. The time is 10:47. Well, we will be going till 1 p.m. I guess. So let's just move forward. Quit downloading when it exceeds certain size using wget queue. So when you want to stop the download when it crosses 5 MB, you can use this following. Okay. So if you want just partial download, you can do this. Why hyphen I is used here? hyphen I is used, I guess hyphen I is used to download the all the links in a text file, but let me just read why hyphen I is used. Let me use my skills of Linux. We will do one thing, we will read the manual of wget and we are specifyingly seeing hyphen I. Will it work? So grep options is this is the grep option. So I want to, let me just do one thing, grep. I cannot do grep I. Okay, so I have done a mistake here. Wget. I should wget man wget. Why it's not working? It should work. So man wget. It should work, I guess. If I should, if I would, I just give I here. Okay, all the I's are fetched. Nice. So I just want to see hyphen I how it is working. Uh, hyphen I is on the things here. I just not. Let me just do one thing. We are using hyphen I. Let me just give it a blank extension. Will it work? Ah, it's working now. We are reading hyphen I. So hi I file. What it is doing? It's not mentioned here. So input file. So we are okay. So when we want to input a file, here we are inputting a file or what? So okay, just it's not used to read the content of the file. It is just telling wget that a file is inputted here, not the URL. Okay, so when you want to stop the download, so this is the I think this is a file in which all the download links are present, and you just want to stop the download at 5 MB. So what you do, you use a quit extension and just specify 5 M. M is used to justify specify MB. So that is how it works. Note this quota will not get effect when you are downloading a single URL. This is irrespective of the quota size. Everything will get downloaded when you specify a single sign. This quota is applicable only for recursive download. Okay, so download only certain files types using wget RA. So download all images from a website, download all videos from a website. So this is a very good why the system is okay. So this is a very good when you are doing OSINT thing, open source intelligence, and you want to just fetch all the images, PDFs, and important some kind of specific file extension in a website. So you can just do one thing, hyphen R. I have already specified. Let me just do one thing. R hyphen R. Is there anything? So it is used for recursive download, I guess, and A is used to specify the specify a format. So if you want to download image and the image format is generally PNG, JPEG, and JPG, so you can just specify the extension that I want only these kind of file and just the uh, URL of the URL of the website of you which you want to extract all the images, videos, or PDF. So FTP download with wget, this is the HTTP thing, and when now we will be doing FTP. So you can use wget to perform FTP download as shown below. Anonymous FTP download using file transfer protocol. I think it is a very old network protocol for opening the website. It is not safe anymore, but FTP download using wget with username and password authentication. So some FTP websites are and you need to log in with username or password. So this is the way. So if you want to download any anonymous FTP, let's just try to fetch FTP links. FTP links. Oh, I have messed up the spelling, I guess. FTP links. You cannot directly access, I guess, but server path name. Do we have some kind of example of? I don't think we will get FTP links. These are all controlled and secure links and anonymous links. So let me just explain it directly. So there are many kinds of network protocol, for example HTTP, HTTPS, SFTP and FTP. So FTP is quite old and not secured enough. So if you want to access or mirror or download the content of this FTP website, what you can do, you can mention that wget it is a FTP website, and you can just mention the URL. So some FTP are still in use, but are protected with username and password authentication. So you can just how you can access that. You will use double hyphen FTP user. You give the username, and FTP password. You will give the password and download URL. So that is how it is working. So that makes the end of our chapter 2. It was a quite long chapter. Aiga, you are explaining these complex concepts with such ease. Kudos to you, bro. Thank you, brother. I will not come, brother. The plan, I will talk to you later, but there's a slight change in the plan if you are still in the stream. I will not come. Tomorrow is holiday for me. Okay, so moving forward. Sorry for not reading the chat. I guess I was more focusing on my work. So we are moving to a new concept, and it is quite uh, challenging now. And anyone new who will join the stream will not get this concept that easily. Let's just take a quick water break. So we are back again. So let's just move forward. And we are marking the beginning of a new chapter, that is SSH commands and tips. So uh, let me see just once, see the index, how many topics we have in this. Second chapter is the longest of among all system administration task. Okay, create a new group. Okay. Vim editor we have, so SSH debug SSH client session, toggle SSH session using SSH escape character, display. So SSH is secure shell, and it is again a network protocol. Let's just read about it. Let SSH. So secure shell SSH protocol is a cryptographic network protocol for operating system, for operating network services securely over an insecure network. So as you know, internet is insecure. So if you want to access anything securely, you can use this SSH protocol. So its most notable application are remote login and command line execution. So these are the applications of SSH that you can log in and command line execution. So SSH was designed for Unix-like operating system as a replacement for Telnet. Okay, so previously Telnet was used. Telnet is a client-server application protocol. So it just, it's just build a connection between client and a server. So I am a client and I am accessing google.com. So google.com is a server. So, and unsecured remote Unix shell protocol such as Berkeley Remote Shell RSH and related RLogin and REXEC, that is remote login and remote execution. So which all use insecure plain text method of authentication such as password. So SSH, I think SSH, what extra edge it has cryptographic network protocol. So since mechanism like telnet and remote shell are designed to access operate remote computers, sending authentication tokens, example username and password. Okay, sending for this access to this computer across a public network. So okay, so they just, for authentication token, so they just send this authentication token in plain text, so someone can steal by a man in the middle attack. So across, so they are just transferring this authentication tokens in public network. So in an unsecured way, poses a great risk of third parties obtaining the password and achieving the same level of access of the remote system as the telnet users. So secure shell, let me just zoom in it a little bit. Secure shell mitigates the risk through the use of encryptions. Encryption decryption is a part of cryptography mechanism that are intended to hide the contents of transition from an observer, even if the observer has access to the entire data stream. So Finnish computer scientist Talu Yelanan designed SSH in 1995 and provided an implementation in the form of two commands, SSH login and secure login, slogin, as secure replacement for remote shell and remote login respectively. Subsequent development of protocol suite proceeded in several developed areas, producing several variants, SSH1 and SSH2. The most commonly implemented software stack is OpenSSH, released in 1999 and as open source software by OpenBSD developers. Implement are distributed for all types of operating system. So SSH uses a public key cryptography to authenticate the remote computers and allow it to authenticate user if necessary. SSH may be used in several methodologies. In the simplest manner, both ends of communication channel used. Okay, so used to, what is the use? Let's see the application of SSH. So it's typically used in the login to a remote computer. Remote computer is something like I am accessing someone's computer from a distance. Okay, so I can just gain shell or CLI, and so that I can execute commands on a remote server. It also supports mechanism for tunneling, forwarding of TCP ports, X11 connections, and it can, what are X11 connections? The X window system is a window system for bitmap displays common on Unix. Like, okay, to initiate Windows connection. Okay, tunneling in computer networks. A tunneling protocol is a communication protocol which allows for the movement of data from one network to another. They can, for example, allow private communication to be sent across a public network. Forwarding, we already know what is port forwarding. We should be, you know, uh, we will. I'm planning that we will be having a session on networking too. We'll be studying networking from. We should not study from scratch, but I will be revising some of the concepts of networking. So TCP protocol is that SFTP I have already told, secured file transfer protocol or secured copy protocol, that is SCP. So this is enough to know what is SSH. So let's just begin. So sometime it is necessary to view debug messages to troubleshoot. So SSH command is used, is used to log in, remote login, or get a remote shell for SSH by if we have any username or password, you can connect to the remote system. So example without SSH client debug message. So SSHL. Let me just uh, read the manual for SSH. So open SSH remote login client. So we can remotely log in here. So why we have used -L here? We have used -L, -V, uh, login name. Okay, so if we want to specify name, we can. So you have already seen that when we were doing solving the bandit machines. If I think there will be commands SSH. So this was the thing. So firstly we were specifying that we were bandit24, that is the username, and at the rate this is the server, and we have specified the port also, that we want to access this on the port 0002 sorry. So if we just mess up the port number, it will not connect to us. So in this case we were just specifying that we want to log in as jsmith in this server. So when you do this and run this command, okay, so it will just initiate and it will ask for password, obviously. So these both are similar case, but this is more of an advanced case in which you are specifying a port number. So let's just move forward. Example with SSH client debug message. So this is without debug message. This is with debug message. I think if we want to see the debug, v is used for debug, I guess. -v, 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 -v. So -v, verbose mode causes SSH to print debugging message. Okay, so verbose is nothing but it is a way of, you if you working as a if you are a user working in a system, so system give you something, some kind of prompt. So to prompt us, so it will give, if we use -v, if they will this command will return a debug prompt. So although we are not able to understand what is this, but we will be we will know the debug. Okay, so toggle SSH session using SSH escape character. So when you have logged on to a remote host using SSH from the local host, you may want to come back to the local host to perform some activity and go back to the remote host again. In this case, okay, so this is the problem I also faced. If I am in a SSH session and I want to toggle between my local host and remote host, I face problems. So how you can do this? To come back to the local host temporarily, type the escape character control Z, okay, type escape character, okay, and control Z. So stopped SSH. Okay, so now you are back to the local host and SSH remote. Okay, so first you are in localhost, that is your system. You execute a command that you want SSH login on remote host. You entered on remote host. Now you have entered escape character. You have done Control Z and press enter. So you are back on localhost. So now you are back in the localhost and SSH remote login session runs as a typical Unix background job, which you can check as this. So when you will write jobs, let me just check. So no jobs are working behind. So you can go back to the remote host SSH without entering the password again by bringing the background SSH remote host session job to foreground. Okay, so FG. So it is, I think, FG. No, F. Oh my God. FG. Let's just do help if there is anything. FG. Why FG is used? No current job. So I think it is used to specify or open a particular job or something. So $1 %1 is, I have already told you, that is access the first job that is running in the background. So we have specified, for example, you have 2 to 3 SSH. You cannot at the same time you cannot have 2 to 3 SSH sessions simultaneously, but you can have on different ports. So you can just, if for example it is SSHL J Smith remote host on port 2220, another SSH session for for another name remote host 3330, you can just if you want to access this 3330 thing, you can just do %2 and boom, you can do whatever if you want to access SSH. What's the time of the stream? Okay, so we have completed 2 hours. Okay, so moving on, display session statistics. So to get some useful statistics about the current SS session, do the following. This works only on SSH2 client. Okay, so log into remote. So we have, do we have SSH2 here? No, we don't have. We don't need. We can access just SSH. So to get some useful statistics, let me just clear this terminal up. So to use some useful statistics about the current SSH session, do the following. This work only on SSH2 client. Am I visible? Yes, am I? Yes, I am visible. So where were we? I forgot. Okay, so uh, you want to view the statistics of SSH session, do the following thing. This work on only SSH2 clients. Okay, the login to remote from this, I do not have any SSH server, but I will definitely show in the next stream if I got some kind access to a server. So I have in fact access to Bandit. Can we do that? Let's just read it once. So we have okay, we have logged into this on the remote host. Type SSH escape character. Okay, SSH followed by S, not visible on the command line when you type. Okay, so this is not visible. Hmm. It will not work here, I know, but let's try once. It will not work here. So on the remote, so this if you type this escape character and S, it will not be visible, but what it will do, it will show you the statistics. So remote host name, localhost name, remote version, localhost version, SSH2, compressed bytes, uncompressed bytes, the data transfer, I guess, compressed bytes out. Okay, so it is data in and it's data out. So these are the packets received, these are packets gone from our system, RE keys, algorithm used, chosen key, exchange algorithm, define Hellman. Okay, so this is the algorithm name which is used to exchange the uh, packets between the localhost and the remote host. So we have used Cipher AES 128 CBC. We have Mac HMSC SSH1 compression. We use zlib. Algorithm server to client is not mentioned because if we know the algorithm, we can crack the crack the public key for the SSH. And we have again the cipher AES2VC. So moving forward, change open SSH security options. So open SSH options are controlled through etc SSH. uh, can we access this? So cd, let's just go to etc first. We do ls, we do ecdsh, we do ls again. Okay, so we have this config, sh config. So let's just, is this a file? Yes, it is a file. So can we do cat here? Cat ssh config. Okay, so this is, hmm, these are comments. It will not be executed. The thing it is executed is it's including etc ssh config and dot config. Okay, so everything ending with dot conf, it is including in this file host. Okay, can we just nano that? Let me just quickly see what it is. Ssh config. Let me just tab it and enter. We have to, okay, so this is our comments. We should not, it will not be executed. This will only executed. So I think in this ssh config d, there are many configuration files, and this is what it is accessing. send env, so it is creating an environment, lang lc, okay, color term no color, hash none. Okay, so I think this is some kind of authentication. Let me just not mess with the system files. So OpenSSH are controlled through this. Okay, all the options are controlled through this file. This hack explains the several default options in sshd config. Okay, so it is accessing sshd, and I have written ssh config. Let me just do I have something like ssh? Yes, we have. Let me just uh read it once, that too. Okay, it is doing the same thing. It is also including all the files ending with conf. Okay, I guess it is some kind of key here. I think it is issue with some PM, or oh, I guess it should not. Let's just not see this. We should not open system files. I have opened it, but we should not. It can be compromised. So this hack explains the 7 default options in sshd config file that you should change. In SSHD, the lines that start with hash are comments. For those options that uses the default values, the SSHD config file contains a commented line with the option. Okay, we have seen that comments. This make it easier for us, as we can see the open SSH options name and the default value without having to look up somewhere else. Okay, for example, SSHD config file contains the following commented line. This indicates that public key authentication options contains yes as the default value. So let me just take a quick water break. Uh, my mic was off. How I can mess this up? My mic was off throughout, but it is showing the from how much time my mic was off. It's around 10 minutes. Oh shit. Uh, what should I say now? But I was doing the practical demonstration, but it was it is okay. From the past 15 minutes, it was off. What should I say now? Uh, I think you're not audible. The person would have left now also. It's from past 10 minutes. Yes, one people is watching. Nice. I gained one watcher, but my mic was off. Nice. Pretty good. Nothing, just move on. That was that I was doing from past 5 years. So let's just move on. Uh, okay. I was explaining very typical topic, permissions and all, and my mic was off. Okay, so let me just summarize what we have done. So uh, we were using this grep command. So this is a SSH configuring configuration files on which all this public key authentication and all of that is mentioned. Let me just show you this again. I hope I am audible now. So we was just trying to play around with the permissions of SSH, nothing more. So it is a very good topic to you know to get familiar with, but it's not that much important. You will not do this in in recent machines, or when you will be solving easy machines. So let's just move forward. So at last we were disabling the root login. So we have set that permit root login to know that root login should not be directly connected to SSH. He she should first give the password. I think I have yes, I have set the permit root login to no. So WQ, okay. Good. It's the last chapter, I guess, for today. The stream will be pretty short. So moving forward, uh, what hack we were on? So allow only specific users or group, allow users, allow groups. Okay. So by default, anybody who is authenticated successfully are allowed to log in. Instead, you can restrict which users or groups you can allow to log into the system. So this is helpful when you have created several user accounts on the system but want only few of them to log in. Okay, so for example, let's take a scenario. I have multiple users logged in on my operating system. So I can set the permission for them if they can directly log into SSH or not. So this is what it is saying. So if it will not work on my system because only the user in my system is Vyad, and if I allow the users in the same file, we will be doing that in the same doing this thing in the same file. We will allow users like Ramesh, John, and Jason. These are the three users which are working in my system. So when we do allow users, so they can also directly log in to my system. So add the following entry to the SSH config file to allow only the users who belong to the specific group to log in. In the example below, only users who belong to sys. Okay, so this will be this will be studied in detail about the groups and user, how to create users groups, how to add users in a group. We will study about it later, but for now you can say that we can create, you can for example, there's a system on many people, which on many people are working. Some people are from marketing, some people are system admin. So two people are system admin. Let's take example, two people are system admin. In this there are people in system admin. So what you can do, you can add these users by following come by following a step by step command and add them to sysadmin. And what you can do, you can directly add the group instead of adding individual names. You can directly add allow group sysadmin and dba. Why it has used dba? Okay, so DBA is also a group. Okay, so you can add multiple groups. So for example, three people are in this group, three people are in this group. So by just by not following that impractical way of adding each and every user, you can just add the group that these two people are sysadmin and they both have the permission to directly log into, or they don't have not directly log in, but they have the permission to log in. So deny specific user. So if you want that there's a new person in this organization, and you don't want that he she should be log into the system, so what you can do, you can just disallow him. So in this case you are using allow groups, allow users. In this case you can use deny users. So CVS, Apache Chain, these are three new users. Assume that they are interns of the company, and you don't want to that they should mess up with the system, so or log in directly to SSH. So you can, what you can do, you can directly deny them. Or let's take an example, deny group. So you have a group in your system for interns. So you have hired two interns in your company, and you don't want that they directly log into this SSH. They log into this they log into SSH not directly. You should be having a password to log into SSH, but as they are interns, they are new to the company, so they should be not be log into SSH. So what you can do, add them in the intern group by following some commands I will tell you later, and deny that group, deny group interns or developers or QA. So you can use combination of all allow deny directives. It is processed in this order: deny user, allow user, deny group, finally allow group. So change SSHD port number. So by default SSH port number is 22. We all know that. Most of the attackers will check if a server is open on the port 22 and will randomly use brute force login to the server using several username and password combination. If you change the port to something different, others need to know exactly what port to use to log in to the server using SSH. The example below. So for let's take the example of that SSH bandit game we were playing. Let me just take uh, quit this SSH. So we have seen that the port number is changed. It's changed to triple two zero, but the default port number for SSH is 22. But hackers nowadays know everything. Know that the default port number is SSH, and what they do, they redirect that port number to SSH, and they implement a brute force attack. So for For securing your SSH thing, SSH secure shell, you can change the port number. Oh, I think I have lost the page. uh, PS2 interactive set date time date manipulation. It's an easy topic. uh, Change SSH security option, we have done with this. We have done with the users and all. Check login grace time. Let's just see this first. So by default port, okay, so we can change. So if you change the port to port hash to something different, others need to know exactly what port to use to log into the server using SSH. The example below uses port 222 for SSH. Let's see what port we are using here. Let me just do one thing. Let me just quit this file. Do one thing. We will do grep and specifically search, and we will be taking the case insensitive thing and search for port. Hit enter. View Vim warning output is not to acha. Okay, I guess Vim is not, no, directly terminal working. So let me just do one thing. Type QA. Okay, QA. You are not letting me to do that, brother. I am writing QA, but you are not letting me. I just hate Vim. I should not say I hate Vim. I do not, I don't have a knowledge to how to use this Vim thing. So let me just move to CDs etc, then SSH. Ah, damn. SSH will be do nano. We'll do nano. Or what we can simply do, we want to display the content. We can do cat sshd config grep, taking the in case sensitive thing, and we will be using port. Hit enter. So here is the, you can see the port is used. The port is 22. What I can do is, in place of cat, can I use nano? But nano is not used, I guess. Nano, it will not be executed because it's not a terminal thing to do. What we can do is move to nano. File is being edited by root. I don't want, man, why it is being edited by root. Okay, I have opened the file. I am the owner, man. So here it is, port 22. You can change this to something else. So let's move. The stream will be ending soon, I guess. Hmm. So for your logs, var log secure, if you see lot of invalid logins using SSH for account that doesn't exist on your system from the IP address that you don't recognize, it might be someone who is okay. So the all the logs of the SSH when you are trying to log in, log out, or doing anything on the via SSH, all the logs will be stored in this var log and secure thing. If you see something anonymous that every time someone is striking with the same IP address on SSH post 22 with the, so it might be, it might be indication that it is attempting, someone is attempting a brute force attack. So for those kind of SSH login will stop. If you change the port number, please note that this cause little inconvenience to your team who log into the system. Okay, so no problem, we will tell the team that we are working on the port 220 or 220. So when you SSH to a server, you have 2 minutes to log in. If you don't successful log in with the 2 minutes, SSH will disconnect. So 2 minute time to log in successful is too much. You should consider changing it to 30 seconds or maybe 1 minute. So this is what hardening of system means. So you are just hardening a system. So when the time is 2 minutes, so brute force will be easily executed. But when it is 30 seconds, when you try to implement brute force, it will automatically log out the session. So add the following entry to your SSD config file to change the login grace time for 2 minutes to 1 minute. Okay, so let's just see login grace time. We have login grace time set to 2M. You can change it to 1M, but we will not. Public authentication is set to yes. Okay, no problem. So restrict the interface IP address to login listen address. If you have multiple interfaces on the server that are configured to different IP address, so let us assume that you have the following four interfaces: 192.168.10 to 200 to 01 202 203. Okay, ATH3. So by default, SSH will listen on all the above IP address. If you want user to log in only using IP address 200 and 202, do the following. So if we do this thing again, nano, and you have this listen address 000, but if you have many interfaces on your system, so you can just listen address and specify that particular interface. For example, I have localhost 0.0.0.0, so this is the localhost thing in on which I am listening the address. So if you have multiple, there's exist big Linux servers, so they have many, network interfaces. So you can just, if you are working as a server administrative or in server manager or network manager, you should know these things. So disconnect SSH from when no activity client alive interval once you have successfully logged into the system. So these are the things which you cannot practically, you can do practically, but if you somehow manage to mess up the system, you cannot, uh, I should say, you are not still trained enough to, debug this by yourself. Your operating system should can be messed up. That is why I'm not doing an on the stream. The stream might get disconnected if I do something wrong. So disconnect SSH when no activity client alive interval. Once you have successfully logged into the system, you might want to get disconnected when there are no activities after X number of minutes. Okay, so in Bash you can achieve this using a timeout variable. In OpenSSH, this can be achieved by combining the client alive count max and the client alive interval option in SST config file. This indicates the total number of check alive messages sent by the SSH server without getting any response from SSH client. Default is 3. Okay, total number of check alive. Okay, default is 3 messages. Check alive interval. This indicates the timeout in seconds. After X number of seconds, the SSH server will send a message to the client asking for a response. Default is 0. Server will not send a message to the client to check. So in this case, we should. So client alive interval is to 600 messages. So let's just see. On I think this is not that hardened, so it should be on default, I guess. SSHD config. Okay. Okay, this is the client alive interval. Okay, 0 messages. Okay, I have hardened the system. That is why it is doing this. Okay, hack 32 transfers all PUTTY sessions. If you want to connect from a Windows machine to Linux server, you need to use one of the SSH client PUTTY. It's time to PUTTY. So it's PUTTY is hands down the best SSH client for Windows. It's lightweight with a single putty.exe file and nothing else to install. So if you have not used putty earlier, you may want to install putty software from the official this. Okay, before exploring this, move putty session to another computer. Putty stores all the session information in Windows registering on the source machine. Export this session registry information as shown below. So you can, if you have a Windows laptop, you can you can do these things. Currently I do not have a Windows laptop and I cannot connect it to my system, so you can just read it about. So this is reg edit. Okay, user profile desktop utty restore. Okay, So I think there's some kind of username. So transfer this PUTTY registration.reg file from source machine to destination machine. On this destination machine, import the PUTTY session registry by right mouse click on the PUTTY register, click on merge. This will transfer all the PUTTY session information from one Windows system to another. I should arrange a Windows laptop, I guess. Uske baad, we can do this. We need a Windows laptop to, establish a SSH connection between a Windows and Linux server. So, so when you are swapping an old computer with a new computer, you may end up transferring all PUTTY session to a new computer. Once you have transferred all session, you can just do PUTTY cleanup. So this is C drive. You are working on command prompt. So this will display a warning message. Click yes to wipe out all PUTTY. Okay. This better process to delete all PUTTY session from Windows registry instead of deleting one by one from PUTTY session via list. Okay, we will discuss this. So there are some topic which need dedicated video, dedicated sessions. So today what I have experience that we should have we should be having a session from scratch on Vim, although it is not needed now, or small video on a PUTTY session how to initiate this. We will be also seeing this later, but this is not that much used. Also, okay, although it is used while you were, when you were working on Active Directory, or when you are solving machines of Windows and Linux, and some machines are, chain machines which are linked one to another. So these kind of things are helpful there, but as of now, if you are doing basics, this will not be needed. This is new for me as well. I have not used this PUTTY session. Sorry, Vim. I have not used Vim before. I have done with this PUTTY session, but the Vim is new for me. I'm not. I have heard Vim and just know small a little bit commands, but I don't have that much knowledge on Vim. So this is data manipulation. This is very easy, very very easy. I should not waste. How much time do we have? Let's just make it to 3 hours, I guess. 20 minutes more. So let's just complete this also. Date and all. This is very basic topic. Date manipulation. So we should be going back to this, and we are doing date manipulation. Mm, I can finish this, I guess. PS1 prompt command, default interaction prompt. So let's just finish this. So set system date and time. We can also do this practically. Nice. Let's just clear this up and open a fresh session without sudo or super user. So what is that? When we do date, you can see, so today is Tuesday, the day is Tuesday, date is 14 October 2025, time is 11:49 p.m. IST, International Standard Time. So MM is represented as month, DD as date, HH as 24-hour format, MI is minutes, okay, YYY is years, and .SS is seconds. To change the system date, use, okay, so if you want to change the date, let's just mess up the date. We will use date curly braces month. So let's change the month to December. Date, let's take 01. 24-hour format. Time, let's take 2 p.m. So 24-hour format, it is 14. MI is minutes, so 44 minutes. Year is 20 2026, and point is seconds, so 33 seconds, and just we just close this. hidden it. Date invalid, invalid date. Okay, why this is invalid? Let's see. So we have entered the month as this. Okay, so date is, I guess I have entered December 1. 14 is the 24-hour format, 2020. I think it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 44 should be the minutes. 2026 should be the year. 0.33 is the seconds. Why it is, for example, to set the date to this Jan, this. Okay, so we should not use curly braces. I was using curly braces. Date cannot set, operation not. Okay, so when the terminal will say operation not permitted, you will do a quick hack, that is super user. So you have to sue, that is super user. You have to do this task I am instructing you to do. So let me just change the, just enter the password. So today is Tuesday 1 December 2026. So we have time traveled via the terminal and the time is 2:44 in the afternoon, 33 seconds. So I think I have to just change the time back. I want to see the lifetime. So I think there's something like date reset also, in which you can just reset the date. This is a pretty basic chapter. But how to reset the date? I forgot how to reset the dates of the Linux thing. Set hardware date and time. Okay, hardware date and time was also there. So set date to original. I should not say original. Why it is showing this physical features of the facial features? Set date to original. In Linux, you want to do in Linux. Date as this. Okay. Sudo time date ctl set ntp true. Will not do this stuff. What we will do? What's the time now? My God, 2014. What is the time now? I will manually reset it. So I think it will not fetch my location. Oh, it has fetched my location. Okay, that is pretty bad. So Dehradun, it is showing Dehradun. Nice. I am in Dehradun. Nice. I know. So what we will do? Let me just quickly do this date thing. So we will do sudo. We'll do date with second. Can I get the time with second? Oh my God. I want a running clock. Oh my God, what is this? What's lifetime, yaar? Give me the lifetime. I am doing. Why I'm doing this? Why I am? So we will change it later. We will play more with this because so we should not change it now. We'll change it later. I think my system time is also changed now. No, the time is not changed in this thing. No problem. So you can also change the date using the set argument as shown below. So I guess this is, we are specifying percent y plus. Okay, so we are just appending this to this. So plus y is represented as year, m is the month, I guess, and percent d is date, and I think this is mentioned here. Yes, so percent d is day of month, that is 1231. Percent d is specified as whole date, m is month, y is the last two digit of the year. Okay, percent y is the whole year. Percentage locals abbreviated weekly, okay, weekday. Percentage locals fully weekday name variable length, okay, full day. Okay, so it is abbreviations. Percent b is local abbreviated month, okay. B is locals full month name, okay. Month name is also mentioned here. So this is Tuesday. So this will be percent a, this will be percent small, no, percent d, this will be October full name. So this will be percent capital B, percent capital Y, and the time like percent D. Date of the month, how will be specifying the date of the month? We are specifying the day. Okay, so the percent small d, this is percent small d, this is percent capital D, and so on. So now we can just play around with this. Okay, we can just set this like also. This is pretty cool thing. Can just set it like this. So for example, sudo date s, we can just mention that today is 14 of October 2005, and the time is, what's the time? Time is 11:56. Let's do 11:56 and random 44 seconds. 44 seconds, and we just do this invalidate. Why? 14:10, 11:56, 44 seconds. It is showing invalid. You can also change the date using set argument. I am using set argument. Why it is using? Why it is not letting me to do date invalid? Okay, why the date is invalid, man? I set the date to this. I think I am messing up with this format, I guess. Hmm. Although it was a easy topic, but I just don't pay attention to this date and all. Although it is important when you are doing something, you are digging into the system and you want to fetch, change the system or mess up the system, you want to access something old files and all, you need to change the system, I guess. So to set the time only, so for setting the time we use percent, we can use plus percent and just use t, and we are setting the time to, it's 11:57 now, I guess. 11, okay, 11 is 23, 11:57. We should run this with sudo, I guess. Okay, the time is changed. Similarly, you can just play around with this. If you want that it should be in 12-hour format, you can specify percent %p and just mention PM and AM. Set hardware date and time. Before setting the hardware date and time, make sure the OS date and time is set approximately as appropriately as shown in the previous hack. Set the hardware date and time based on the system date as shown below. If I even mess up with this, I don't pay attention, I guess. So clock, hardware clock, I guess. Hardware clock, syst, okay, OHC, UTC, okay, use HW clock without any parameter to view the current hardware date. Let me just check this quickly. Cannot access the hardware clock by any method. Use this verbose option to see the details, okay. So system time, okay, we have trying to open this, cannot, permission denied, okay, so we should use system. So this is the hardware time. So we are moving to the next day very soon. So cat etc, in the sysconfig you have the clock and you can just change the time zone if you want. So these are a simple thing. If you want just date, you can just write it directly. If you want date now, what is the change? There is no change, I guess. Date today, still no change. Date 1970, this percent s, okay. Date plus current date mdy, okay. Okay, just write the commands and I guess. Okay, so you are current date. If you want, in your specific format, you can just write current date and extract like this, and current time you can extract like this. Pretty easy thing. Yeah, we have seen this again. Things display past time and date. The following are the various ways. Okay, so date is date 3 seconds ago. So you want to check what is 3 seconds ago. 3 seconds ago, 1 day ago. Okay, so it is all the way to alter the times, play around with the time. It will not. This will not change the system time. It will just tell what is 1 day ago, what was 1 month ago, 1 year ago, what is yesterday, 10 months, 2 days ago. You can add just uh, as much as you want. Display future date and time. You can just go in future also. You can just time travel in the terminal if you want. Okay, date in this Wednesday, upcoming Wednesday. You can just check. Okay, that makes the end of this chapter, I guess. And you have completed the SSH date manipulation thing. Also, date manipulation is quite easy. It's much theoretical. I will give attach the book and you can just read on your own. So on that note, let's see if there's some viewer or not. I guess there's no one left in the stream. We have completed around 3 hours, and so on that note, bye bye, good night, have a good morning, I should say. It's now 15th of October. It's 12 and 2 0 2. Okay, so good morning everyone, and I will have a good sleep now. We are just ending the session and we will be continuing tomorrow with PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4 commands, default interaction prompts. Yeah, I think we will be working on bash. So on that note, let's just end the stream. Bye bye, good night, and let's meet you in the next session.